What's going on, Money Morning Live? We've talked a lot this morning about finances, but we have yet to talk about cryptocurrencies. Tom Gentile is going to take us through both of those over the next hour right here in the main room. So let's bring the man in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, everyone out there in YouTube land and Money Morning Live. Happy Monday to you all. Monday, March 7th, 2022. Welcome to Power Profit Trades. I'm your host, Tom Gentile. Glad to have you guys all hanging out with me for today. We got a lot to talk about. It is Microcurrency Monday. Still an active market situation. Lots of volatility out there. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're talking about Ethereum. We'll hit some of the smaller altcoins. Crypto-related stocks. I want to show you at least one that's on my radar right now. We're going to dig into charts. I've got charts I want to dig into as well with you to see if there's any tradable moves that are popping up. And of course, I'm going to answer your questions. I'm going to get to the top ones right off the chat on both YouTube and Money Morning Live. So before we get started with our market update, Eric, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good, Tom. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
Same. I went out and, we went out toward the end of the week, went into Central Florida, took the big RV. I know people say, oh, RV. Oh,
sounds nice.
You got to go off the grid. My wife was one of those people, by the way. But we had a fantastic time. Went to go see, there were monkeys in Florida. I don't know if I mentioned that last week. Monkeys. And what I found out was, there were people there that said, we've been coming for years and we never saw monkeys. This is the first time we were there. Monkeys. We saw them. We saw the monkeys, got some pictures.
Do you feed the monkeys, Tom?
What? No. I didn't get near them. We were in the canoe. We were paddling down the river and past them. But and I imagine the weather was good for you.
It wasn't bad. The snow's all melted now, which is great. It's so nice to see the grass again, ready to get the mower out and get started. Spring is coming. It feels good in New York.
Yeah. So, good weekend. Volatile. I was watching what was going on last night. I mean, oil and gas in the Sunday night session. I don't know if you guys watch this stuff. I mean, if you have Bloomberg or you have CNBC World, you can see it. I would suggest Bloomberg if you're going to watch the main screen because they pretty much get to the news. You can see everything headlining on one side. But oil and gas were up like 8-9% last night. And I thought, should we look at getting gas this late at night at the 24-hour station before they change the prices? My wife looks at me and she goes, I've never pumped gas. I haven't pumped gas since 2017. And she hasn't because she owns a Tesla. And I said to her, that electricity you're charging, that's not free. She goes, yeah, I know that. We pay electricity bill once a month. She says, but it's nice knowing I can plug that thing in and I don't have to have my credit card sitting there to throw in the scanner every time we do. But that was going on in the Gentile household this weekend, seeing what was happening. Gold was up again. We're going to get into all of that, but I really want to touch a lot of this on cryptocurrency. Before I do, though, Eric, a couple of quick little things I want to point out. So I did say oil and gas was up big time. Check this little image that's popping around social media. My brother-in-law gave this to me. I said, I need this. So now regular is at LOL, plus is at OMG, and Supreme is at WTF. And look at diesel number 2, bend over. I especially like the sign below that they had that said, we provide KY jelly to help ease the pain of your next gas purchase. Wow. I mean, funny, but seriously, I mean, this is a tax. This energy going higher is an embedded tax on everybody. Everybody it works. And, now we've got a situation here where COVID is, the COVID mask rules are being relaxed. We saw that in the State of the Union last week. We're seeing that happening almost across the country. You know what else is happening? Here's what else is happening. Companies are now starting to put their workers back into buildings. They'll start with 1 or 2 days a week. You know where it's going. 3, 4. They're going to have people working out of the house, working back in these buildings that they own or that they lease that they need to take advantage of. That's going to happen, and that's going to put additional pressure on gas and oil. Eric, quick quiz I want to put out there to the room.
Let's do it.
All right, so all of you ready? Here's a quick little quiz. If Jimmy goes to the gas station and he goes to pump number 1 and he puts $10 in his tank, how far can Jimmy get on today's gas prices? Any of you out there, whether you're on YouTube, like our nomadic flamingos or Carol, or if you're sitting out there on Monday Morning Live, like, oh, wow, almost 1,500 of you are right now. What's the answer? How far is Jimmy going to get? Average car, by the way.
Now we got one that was close. NJS said to the next gas station.
You know what? And I'm seeing 20 miles, 38 miles, 50, 40. Depends on the car. It really does depend on the car. But you know what that was popping up that I thought was funny? Pump number 4 was the answer. There's pump 7. TB Champ said it. Pump 7. How about that? Anyway, okay, so let's get a little more serious, guys. All right. Here's the serious one I want to talk about. The serious one is I get these every week, and I really need to do a public service announcement, especially those of you that are into cryptocurrency. All right, you trade cryptocurrency. If you use Coinbase, for instance, or you use Binance, or you use some form of an exchange, crypto exchange, to buy and sell real cryptocurrency, all right, real asset. This is happening all the time, spotting these what I call the Coinbase fishers, okay? So this has been happening, and I've been getting this email or something relative to it quite a bit. And the email kind of goes like this. So I've got, 2 images here. And the first image shows an email that came to me from Coinbase.com. I'm like, oh, Coinbase.com sending me an email. They never send me an email, but I look at it anyway. And it says on it, a recent send has been delayed, okay? So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, all right, recent send has been delayed. Let's look at this a little bit further. And so as I'm reading it, it tells me that as a security precaution, we delayed the send transaction below until for a certain amount of time, till March 8th. I haven't sent anybody Bitcoin in the longest time, so I already knew this was fishy, all right? Fishy with a PH. And then shows the amount of Bitcoin, the send. You can skip the delay and send your BTC now by verifying your ID. All right. So what these people want to do, and you know what I don't have at the bottom of this, is they actually provided a phone number. Now, if you know anything about Coinbase like I do, I think the platform is fantastic, but the customer service is almost nil. Any of you who've ever tried to open a Coinbase account and you had questions to contact with them on it, you cannot pick up a direct phone line. And this was a 757 phone number. I didn't get into the details. I didn't have time to really get in and see who this was and what they were doing. But I want to show you how you can spot this very, very quickly as a phishing attack to try to get your crypto, because that's what's going on here. They want you to bite. They want you to bite so that they can get you on the phone and get your login information, and then they're going to want you to authenticate so they can type it in on their side and then pull all of your crypto from you. Here's how you find out. Where it says from up here at Coinbase.com, just what you do is you actually click on that, and it opens up the details. Now, how many of you think that Coinbase actually has a Gmail account for their support? Because I, for one, don't. And it says Coinbase server 486 at gmail.com. You know this is not Coinbase. Right? Now, some of you are in the room right now saying, why are you wasting my time with this? I know this already. But I'm going to tell you, there are many, many more people that actually believe that Coinbase is trying to contact them on a send. If they would have said receive transaction as a precaution, we've delayed your receipt of Bitcoins until, they probably would have grabbed a lot more people, because that greed would pop in. Oh, I have Bitcoins coming from someone? Listen, just stay away. Now, I'm going to tell you why I even thought I'd start the program with this, because we were talking about this around the dinner table over the weekend. And my mother-in-law, who has really, really good hearing, she can hear, she's got dog ears. She's listening from the other side of the room, pops up, walks over, and says, oh, I already got that email, and I took care of it. And we went, what? Yes, I took care of it. And we're like, oh, boy. Give me your phone. We had to actually go and look and see if she contacted these people, and luckily she was thinking about something else, and her Coinbase was fine. So, like I said, if you yourself don't know much about Coinbase, or more importantly, if you're getting these kind of emails, avoid them. If you know people who you think are susceptible, and elderly usually are, all right? I have one in my family. It's not me, even though I'm getting there, but it's, we got to watch out for each other. That's why I thought I'd throw this out there for you guys. All right, so Eric, let's get to our volatility update. So we have some more news. The first thing I want to talk about is let's just get right out there and let's talk about what's going on in BTC. This is a chart of Bitcoin that I posted and showed to everybody 2 weeks ago, because 2 weeks ago, because I was not here last week, we had a holiday on Monday, so we didn't do our cryptocurrency Monday. But this is a Bitcoin chart with Fibonacci levels that show us coming back off of the 35,000 level. And at that time, we were at 37,730. Everybody sees that there. All right. So let's fast forward and see what's happened since then. Because, we've had a lot of volatility in the stock market. We've had tons of volatility in commodities. And you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to talk about the stock market, and I'm going to go through my entire list of the overview. We'll talk about commodities. Today I want to focus on Bitcoin and a couple of Bitcoin stocks. So let's go and look and see what's going on with Bitcoin today. So here's BTC today, trading just below 39,000. So here we were 2 weeks ago. All right. And here we are today. Now, I just put a 60-day chart up, Eric, because I want to show everybody what's been happening with BTC. If you take a look at the stock market since January, in fact, I'm going to tag this. This is great, these live shows, because, I have an idea what I want to talk about, and then stuff just happens. So here's the stuff that's going to happen. Take a look at, I'm going to actually bring a stock chart up real quick, and I want to show a stock chart. Let me log back into Tom's tools. And let's pop over to stock charts, and I want to take a look at SPY, right? I said I wasn't going to do this, but I want to show it just simply as to give you an idea of what it looks like when you're putting a 60-day chart of the S&P up to a 60-day chart of Bitcoin. There's your 60-day chart of the S&P. Now, I'm going to pair this up, and I'm going to show you a black and white of an overlay with BTC. So look what's happening. So BTC was trading up around 50, but now this is not 60 days with BTC. This is more than 60. This is more like 90 days. So in order to make this chart look close to the 60-day chart I just showed you, I've got to drop it down to 45. And the reason why I'm doing that is because crypto trades on the weekends. Crypto traded on Monday on President's Day, and the stock market did not. The stock market was at a high of 480 back at the beginning of the year, and it's dropped down to a low of around 410. So we've seen the range on the stock market drop down into the lower. We're down off those highs around 15, better than 15% on SPY. All right, so where are we at with crypto? Well, crypto was around the 45,000 range, dropped down to 35, back up to 45, back down to 35, and then here we are trading